Okay students, let us continue our discussion. We studied the differences between conventional and non-conventional source of energy. So first we will go through the conventional source of energy available in India. So mainly there are three conventional sources of energy: coal, petroleum and natural gas. Okay, coal. Coal, all these sources are called fossil fuels. You might have studied about the formation of coal. You know, it is formed due to the compression of plant material over millions of years. Compression of plant material over millions of years. That means millions of years will be taken for the formation of a small piece of coal. And it is formed, millions of years back when the trees were uprooted and buried under the earth under high temperature and pressure. Some changes happened to it, the process of carbonization and the amount of carbon present in it, that decide the quality of coal. So on the basis of the period of formation and degree of compression, the depth, time of burial and carbon content, these are the factors deciding the different variety of or forms of coal. So there are different variety of forms depending on the degree of compression, the depth, time of burial and the carbon content in the coal. Okay, now different forms of coal. There are mainly 4 types of coal. In your textbook only about 3 types of coal are stated. The very low quality coal is also called peat. I have told you the quality of the coal is decided by the quantity of carbon present in it and the amount of moisture present in it. The very low quality coal is called peat, that is not used for industrial purpose. Other 3 types of coal are lignite, bituminous coal and anthracite coal. Lignite is low grade brown coal, mainly used for generation of electricity. The Neyveli Lignite Corporation that produce electricity by using lignite in Tamil Nadu is very famous. Bituminous coal, it is buried deep and subjected high temperature. That means we take it from deep inside the earth and widely used for commercial purpose. It is widely used for commercial purpose and it is good quality coal. And anthracite coal, it is the highest quality coal, sometimes used in the manufacturing of steel, coking coal, highest quality hard coal. Okay, so children, there are mainly 3 types of coal for commercial purposes we are utilizing in a large scale: lignite, bituminous coal and anthracite coal. Okay, now where are they found? Which are the major coal fields of India that we can see? So on the basis of formation, the coals are on the basis of its age, they are divided into 2 categories: tertiary formation and Gondwana formation. Gondwana formation of coal mainly found in this part of India, that is Jharkhand, some parts of West Bengal and also Odisha, Chhattisgarh and Maharashtra, all this area. This type of coal is called Gondwana formation. That was the oldest coal, formed thousands of millions of years back. At the same time, tertiary coal, around 55 million years old. 55 million years old. It is the oldest coal, good quality coal, and tertiary coal that is formed around 55 million years old, mainly found in the northeastern regions of India and some part of this Kashmir, this area also. So mainly found in northeastern part of India, this tertiary coal. And regarding the coal mines of India, the major mines: Jharia and Bokaro, Jharkhand; Raniganj, West Bengal; and Talchar in Orissa; Singareni, Singrauli, Panchkanhan and lignite, that lignite deposits. These are the major coal fields of India that you can find in the map of India and mark it. Okay. Right? Petroleum. Petroleum is the most important fossil fuel that is very essential for all types of people. If coal is widely used for industry and other purpose, petrol, the byproduct of petroleum, is useful for every type of people, even the villages, kerosene and all. Petroleum byproducts are highly useful for in wholesale and retail. In retail, consumers are more, and it provides fuel for heat and lighting. So, after coal, it is the most important source of fuel in India, energy in India. It provides fuel for heat and lighting. We know for making electricity also it is used. It is used as a fuel, and lubricants for machinery. Lubricants for machine, all type of machines. One oil, you know that oil as lubricant, that also we get from petroleum. Raw material for many industries. It is in the beginning we told, even our day start with I have told you our day start with a mineral and toothbrush that we make using plastic. That plastic is also derived from petroleum. So, it provides raw material for many industries. That is why petroleum industry is called the nodal industry for synthetic textile, fertilizer and numerous chemical industry. What is meant by nodal industry? Many other industries are based on this industry. That means they get raw materials from this industry. That is why petroleum industry is called the nodal industry. That means its raw materials are used by a number of industries, other industries. That is why petroleum industry is called the nodal industry. Okay. Now, major oil fields of India. India unfortunately do not have good rich deposits of oil. Actually, we depend on imports. Now, it is a time of increase in the price of petroleum. We have the reason India is not endowed with a lot of petroleum deposits. Actually, we import it from other countries, Gulf countries. And the available petroleum that is available in India are mainly found in Mumbai High, Maharashtra, off the coast, Ankleshwar, Gujarat, and Digboy, Nahargadia, Assam. These are the oldest petroleum oil wells of India, that is in Assam. And Mumbai High, that share is maximum, highest share is provided by Mumbai High oil field, Ankleshwar, Gujarat, and Digboy and Nahargadia in Assam. Okay, right. And natural gas. Along with coal and petroleum, natural gas is another important source of energy. Like source of energy, it is also an input in industry also, raw material industry also, fertilizer industry. Compared to other two sources, coal and petroleum, natural gas is an eco-friendly fuel, and because of low carbon dioxide emission. That is why it causes less pollution compared to petroleum, diesel and other byproducts of petrol and coal. It causes less pollution to the environment. So, we can say it is a clean fuel, it is eco-friendly fuel. I have told you it is a source of energy and a raw material for the petrochemical industry. Major resources of natural gas are found in Krishna Godavari basin. In Bay of Bengal, you can see Krishna Godavari basin. These rivers join with the Bay of Bengal, that coast. Mumbai High, Gulf of Campe and Andaman Nicobar Islands. So, these are the major natural gas fields of India. Once again, Krishna Godavari basin, Mumbai High, Gulf of Campe and Andaman and Nicobar Islands. Electricity. We know, even though these are all used as fuel, directly we are utilizing electricity. And without electricity, we cannot live for everything. Now, I am talking to you with the help of electricity. Now, these gadgets are working, you know that. So, the electricity is, there are mainly two sources through which we get electricity. They are tidal power or hydroelectricity and thermal electricity. You know that? Hydroelectricity, electricity is generated from fast flowing water. That from fast flowing water. So, electricity is generated from dams, all the major multi-purpose river valley projects, dams, Bakranangal, Hirakud. From all these dams we produce electricity. And thermal electricity, that is generated by using burning fossil fuels like coal, petroleum and natural gas. And what is the difference between two? That we can see. Tidal power, that is somewhat renewable, that source. Thermal power, not renewable. And tidal power, initial cost is very high. But thermal electricity, initial cost is not very high, but other costs, running costs is very high. Because once the dams are full, the water is reproduced, replenished through the rainy season. There is no running cost, only maintenance cost. But for producing thermal electricity, for every unit we need to pay for coal, petroleum or natural gas. That means which electricity is more costly if we purchase this unit of power, electricity is more costly because the generation of thermal power is more costly than tidal power. Okay. And you can see these are the major power plants, nuclear power plants and thermal power plants, and almost in every part of India, barring the extreme north and Kerala and Karnataka also, most part of India we have a lot of nuclear thermal power plants and also nuclear power plants. It is an index of country's development. When there are more and more thermal power plants and also we develop nuclear power plants, it is an impetus to not only for the generation of power but for the industrial development of the country. And nuclear power plants, nuclear energy, that is a latest entry compared to many other sources of energy. As India is deficient in many other minerals, fossil fuels, now we give importance to nuclear power plants. You know, we make the huge power of atom for constructive purpose, not destructive purpose, atom bomb, but we make split and utilize the power of the atom to produce electricity. We have a number of atomic power plants, power stations. Narora atomic power plants in UP, Rajasthan atomic power plant, Rajasthan, Kakrapara atomic power station, Gujarat, Tarapur, Kaiga and also Kudangulam atomic power plant in Tamil Nadu. These are some of the Kaiga and Kudangulam, the latest entry in the atomic power generation of India. Okay. Next topic we want to discuss, students, non-conventional source of energy. Now we have to think about not a conventional method, non-conventional methods we have to adopt. The reason is very simple. The conventional source of energy we have seen, petroleum, natural gas, firewood, whatever it is, they are costly, they cause more pollution, they are not renewable, we cannot easily, we will not get it easily. Lot of problems are there. That is why the present day we give importance to non-conventional source of energy. What are they? Solar energy, nuclear energy, wind power, biogas, tidal energy and geothermal energy. These are the major non-conventional source of energy. Okay, let us discuss one by one. Solar energy. You know, India is a tropical country. Being a tropical country, we have abundance of sunshine, lot of sunshine. And this sunshine, if we utilize for producing electricity, that is wonderful. We have started that work in many parts of India. Even now in JNVs, recently a project came, and most of the many JNVs have got a wide their roof. A lot of these technology for harnessing solar energy. So, photovoltaic technology converts sunlight directly into electricity. And but the initial cost is very high. Everybody cannot afford it. But once it is laid, this established, every house's roof we can cover with a solar panel. Definitely a time will come we won't depend on fossil fuel for producing electricity. Okay, so it is this energy, this source is the future source of India, because India is deficient in fossil fuels. We do not have that much money to purchase it. Definitely in the future we will have to switch over to this source of energy, wonderful source of energy. We know we have a lot of, sometimes more than 12 hours sunshine we may get, and we have to utilize this sunshine for producing electricity. Okay, wind power. India's great potential of wind power, and largest wind farm cluster is located in Tamil Nadu. So, it is also a very easily available non-conventional source of energy. We need not pay for this wind, but for making the wind farm, turbines and all, we need to spend. Initial cost is high, but once it is subsequent cost will be very less. Let us watch how this wind power is generated. Let us watch this video. Let us watch this video. Okay. Okay.
Wind power plant. In this session, we will define wind energy, study the working principle of wind power plant, and learn the application of a wind power plant. Wind energy. Wind energy is the form of solar energy which is produced because of the uneven heating of the earth by the sun. Wind energy is renewable energy and it helps to keep the environment clean. Wind energy can be used for sailing, grinding grains, electricity generation, etc. Let us study the working principle of wind power plant. The important job of converting wind energy into electrical energy is done by the wind turbine of a wind power plant. Let's see how. Unlike the fans, turbines use the wind and generate electricity. The hub and blades are called turbine or rotor. Behind the turbine, there is to get more wind energy. The wind will cause the blades to rotate. Due to this, the rotor starts moving. As the rotor is connected to the main shaft, it spins the generator, because of which electricity is produced. This electricity can then be transferred by using transmission or distribution lines to homes, industries, schools, hospitals, etc. Let us study the parts of the wind turbine.
Okay.
Let us start.
Okay, so that is the functioning of windmill. Now let us see the next major source of non-conventional source of energy, that is biogas. You know, shrubs, farm waste and animal waste are used to produce biogas. So when the waste is decomposed, a gas is produced that can be used that can be converted into energy. That energy can be utilized for getting energy. And in rural areas, even in our Navodaya system, the mess waste, most of the Navodaya have a biogas plant. You know, it is very simple. All the waste are dumped into that tank, and by utilizing that waste, a gas is produced. The same gas can be connected to our mess LPG stove, and that can be utilized for burning purpose. That means it is even waste is not a waste. That is a modern concept. Even waste is not a waste. And in rural areas, people are using gobar gas plants. In gobar gas plants, they use cattle dung to produce biogas. It provide energy and improve the quality of manure. So in both ways, it help the farmers. Sometimes some remote areas are not connected to power grid, In such area, the gobar gas plants help to produce electricity. Okay. Then tidal energy. Tidal energy. You know, tides, oceanic tides are also a source of energy. We are exploring all options to substitute the fossil fuels. So, the researchers showed that tides also can be utilized for producing electricity. And for that, floodgate dams are built across inlets. By regulating the flow of water through a pipe and fitting the turbine, we can produce electricity. A video will be shown to you. The Gulf of Kambat, the Gulf of Kutch in Gujarat, both in Gujarat, Sundarban regions of West Bengal provide ideal condition for utilizing tidal energy. We cannot produce tidal energy in everywhere. There should be certain ideal condition. That ideal conditions are available in Gulf of Kambat and Gulf of Kutch in Gujarat and Sundarban regions, delta region of West Bengal. Okay, let us watch that video. Here, central.
Greetings to one and all watching this video. Met Explanations welcomes you. Let us learn about tidal energy. Tidal power or tidal energy is a form of hydropower that converts the energy obtained from tides into useful forms of power, mainly electricity. Although not yet widely used, tidal energy has potential for future electricity generation. Tides are more predictable than the wind and the sun. Among sources of renewable energy, tidal energy has traditionally suffered from relatively high cost and limited availability of sites with sufficiently high tidal ranges or flow velocities, thus constricting its total availability. However, many recent technological developments and improvements, both in design, example, dynamic tidal power.
Okay. So, there is a technology utilized for producing electricity through tides. The last point, conservation of energy resources. So, energy saved is equal to energy produced. So, how can we conserve energy? That is our topic. There is a limit for producing energy. But if we think, all the people think together and adopt some methods, we can conserve a lot of energy. That is why we say, if energy saved is equal to energy produced. Okay, so what we can do? Increase the use of renewable source of energy, more and more renewable source of energy. Use public transport system instead of individual vehicles. Now most people have their own vehicles, and because of these dangerous disease, some people are not traveling in public transport system. Okay, it will be over. These days will be over. Then there will be public transport system, train or buses, etc. So, we have to utilize public transport system and reduce the consumption of fossil fuels. Switch off electricity when not in use. Children should see that fans or bulbs are not working. If they are not highly essential necessary for you, switch off it. Use power saving devices. Sometimes you can see some refrigerators or some machines, 5-star or 6-star marks you can see. Some highly energy efficient machines are there. We have to purchase and use that type of machines, and use more and more non-conventional sources of energy. Okay. So, students, that is the last point in this lesson. So, the message of this topic is not you study this lesson, get good marks, that is not enough. This lesson has taught you something. What is it? The need of the hour is conservation. Conservation of minerals, conservation of energy. We have to make some changes in our lifestyle to suit to the need of the earth. We always remember that we belong to the earth and earth does not belong to us. We inherited it from our ancestors. It is not ours. We have not ancestors, we have inherited or we have indebted to our future generation. We have to give this all the resources, we have to hand over. We got it from our ancestors and we have to maintain it, and we have to hand over it to the future generation. Okay, thank you.